As you can probably already tell in this video, today we will be discussing the Bloody Mary. We're going to talk about its history, we're going to make the cocktail, and if you stay tuned to the very end, we're going to take a culinary adventure all centered around the Bloody Mary. Hey everyone, I'm Chris from A Bar Above. I'm a 15-year veteran of the bar and somebody that just loves making fun and creative cocktails. Now we're going to make the modern Bloody Mary for you here in a second, but before we do, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the history. Now it seems like the more popular a cocktail is, the more people want to have their name associated with its creation, and that's exactly what we see with the Bloody Mary. There are three people that have their name associated with the creation of this particular drink: Henry Zwiebeck and George Jessel of the 21 Club. One is a bartender and one is a regular. Both claim ownership or creation of this particular drink. Their version of the drink is equal parts tomato juice and vodka. Now Fernand Petois took their original recipe and added herbs, spices, and lemon juice in what is more familiar as a modern take on the Bloody Mary. So that's one we're going to concentrate on and we're going to make for you now. To make the Bloody Mary, we're going to go ahead and start by rimming our glass here. So just get a lemon that you're going to use for garnish and moisten up the rim and get a good amount of salt and pepper right up there. And go ahead and just set that aside. Now we're going to go ahead and build the cocktail in here. And we're going to start with 2 ounces of vodka, a healthy pinch of salt and pepper. I always like to put a little bit of brine from pickles into the mix. A couple heavy dashes of Worcestershire Sauce. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Tabasco. This is where all the spices are coming from, so feel free to add more or less depending on what you have or want. And I highly recommend horseradish sauce. It gives a nice deep background flavor for your Bloody Marys for sure. Highly recommend it. And finally, we're going to go ahead and add just a pinch of dill and our tomato juice. Now this can is about 5.5 ounces. I'm just going to go ahead and use the whole thing, and I'm not going to add as much ice as I normally would. And so now we're just going to lightly shake this cocktail. You would actually call this more rolling the cocktail, so I'll show you kind of what that looks like. That's pretty much it. You just want to break up those flavors and get them incorporated together. One last tip for you: if you're going to go ahead and put celery as a garnish, go ahead and put that in now, because that'll help you control your volume. And we're going to do what is called the dirty dump, where we're going to use the ice that we shook with and put it right into the cocktail glass. And finally, we're going to add and top off with a little fresh ice. And now the classic garnishes that you see on Bloody Marys are the lemon that we used earlier and an olive and onion. So there we have it, the modern Bloody Mary. So now let's talk about how we can have some fun with a Bloody Mary. At its core, the ingredients that we're working with are a base spirit, tomato juice, herbs, spices, and something hot, like a hot sauce. We could reach into a really rich regional pantry and apply those ingredients to this. The fact that it is so savory, a lot of those ingredients can definitely work in a Bloody Mary. Now, one of the other things you could do is really focus in on the garnishes. I'm sure we've all seen a social media post of a hamburger or a pizza or an entire chicken as a garnish. It's a little over the top for me, and at that point it becomes more of a meal than a drink, but it really illustrates the fact that we can have some fun with the garnish. Now, the last tip I would recommend for anybody: next time you order a Bloody Mary, try it with gin. It just creates a much more interesting cocktail, and the gin really enhances a lot of the botanicals and ingredients that we're working with. So try your next Bloody Mary with gin. There we have it. We've made the cocktail, we've talked a little bit about its history, and we've showcased some fun variations you can have with the Bloody Mary. Now, we know you've watched cocktail videos like this in the past, and you know what we're going to ask you now. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell notification, and you will get notified anytime we upload a cocktail video just like this. Until then, I hope you guys are enjoying your favorite version of the Bloody Mary. Cheers.